How you doing, YouTube family? Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025. It's your man Big D, and I'm back with another one. I want to thank all you good folk out there that continue to rock out with my son and I. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Well, family, I had a subscriber that wanted to know my opinion and thoughts on the young man that appeared on the Kendra G show that alleged that his baby mother had SA'd him, the young man by the name of Papa Dan, and he wanted me to this person wanted me to give my opinion on this this video and how basically Kendra G just shamed that brother and basically said, nah, she don't see how it could have happened. So just want to give you a forewarning, family, that the video that I'm going to be reacting to is from the MABW page. And go over and check his page out. I mean, the young man is phenomenal. Like his work. I oftentimes look at his content and whatnot. So when y'all get a chance, go over there and check out MABW. And what he did, there was another video that he responded to, and you will see the gentleman uh videos imposed on the video that MABW was responding to. And I attempted to go and find this video on Kendra G's page, and it was gone. And obviously it's gone because she removed it. Because she knows that in her heart of hearts, she was wrong for how she tried to shame and belittle this young brother. And she the older sister, and she ought to know better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my commentary as MABW and this other brother gives their commentary, and I will I hope it's not too confusing for you, family, but this was the best I could do to give my commentary and my thoughts. All right, family, let's check out this nonsense.
Salute to the MABW team. I'm back with another video. So, first and foremost, before I do this video, because everybody has been hitting me in my email saying, MABW, can you please talk about the Papa Dan situation where he was a male survivor of what happened to him? And about how Kendra G pretty much tried to like shame him and make it seem like that couldn't happen to him. Okay. Now, I did take this clip from the Do Better podcast. Shout out to the Do Better podcast. I will put the description in the link so y'all can watch Do Better podcast. The guy that does the commentary, you can watch Theo Coop go over it. I believe that's his name. It says with Theo Coop, I believe. But I just want to give my, you know, my narration on it per se, and let y'all know what I think about this because everybody has been hitting me to do this. So here it is. I'm gonna do it, but Kendra Sleaze, she deleted the video, so that lets you know right there
Of
that
course
she
she
knows
deleted it.
what she did was wrong. And for some reason, like to hell with everybody telling us like, because there's some people saying like coming in the comment section like y'all claiming you YouTubers are claiming y'all are canceling Kendra Sleaze, but y'all still making videos on her. Yeah, we're still gonna get on her ass. It ain't like we're supporting her by actually like going on her videos, sending her cash apps, doing all we're doing.
MABW, I don't even know why you even wasting your time and your breath responding to this BS. You know what? Her loyal minion, Kendra G's little followers, they know why we come on and we comment on some of her videos. They know why we do it because the women that go on her show are mostly delusional, unqualified, simple minded, and they ain't got shit going on, but they're looking for somebody to rescue them. But anyway, brother, go on ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you. You know, I don't know why you waste your time though.
Videos to actually do reactions to tell y'all how sloppy her channel is. That's what we're doing reaction videos out there for the people that don't get it. It's not to big her up. It's to let y'all know that she has a shit platform that a bunch of women unfortunately like to support. But she can do stuff like this to male victims that have been through what they've been through and nothing happens. But let a man do that. It'll be a bunch of Me Too bitches coming out of the woodworks. Let's get into the damn video.
Is absolutely one of Kendra G's worst calls. And what makes it even worse than what you guys are going to watch right here is that she attempted to delete the live stream after getting all this criticism. This young gentleman, Poppy Dan, 1991, is going to explain how he was pretty much SA, and Kendra G does not believe him whatsoever. Shameful. Let's get into it.
Papa Dan.
Papa Dan.
Yeah, Papa Dan.
Papa Dan?
Yeah. It's my
You
company,
know me
my
from
business.
Papa.
But yeah.
Say
So
what,
I've been on
sir?
your show before. Yeah, I've been on your show before, like back.
Hit him up. He a Yardie too, authentic Jamaican jerk. Yo, I'm gonna try to get him for an interview. I promise y'all. I'm gonna try to get him for an interview. It might be coming soon. I'm gonna reach out to him. I promise y'all. I might have him on the MABW channel for an interview by the end of March. I'm gonna try to get him on here. I'm gonna link him up.
Back in 2000.
My brethren. If he's a Yardie, he's Jamaican. That's my brethren. I know how to make some good ass jerk chicken and curry chicken too, Papa Dan. So I'll be hitting you up. I need to know where your spot is at.
2022 when you
Wow,
first got
3
it.
years ago.
Yeah, a little minute ago. Yeah. So then I was back when I was in Florida. I live in St. Louis now. So
We've grown so much. We got the Kendra Cam. We got a dating app. So you want to do it again?
I'm here to try again. Different city, new people, you know what I mean? So let's go for it.
Let's go for it. What's your name, sir? You said Pop. So what am I going to call you?
You can call me Daniel, Papa Dan. That's
Daniel.
no,
Daniel, and you're in St. Louis now?
St. Louis now.
How old are you?
33 going on 34.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Pisces. March 5th, baby.
Okay. You have any kids?
I have a son.
How old is your son?
He's gonna be 2. He's another Pisces, just like his daddy.
Why you not
So
with the mama?
He's March 10th.
Why you not with the mama? You had a baby since you've been on my show too.
Yeah. Another person trying to run the system, try to take advantage, you know.
She raped you?
Yeah, you can say that. We won't, as a man, I can't really run with that narrative because nobody really believes.
Okay, so why Kendra G? As soon as that man said she took advantage, she turned her head, and you know what I'm saying? Just right then and there, she didn't want to hear shit he had to say. Right then and there, her female mind like, oh, you know what? This nigga full of shit.
But yeah, I put it on the Bible.
That's the truth. I want to stop it right there. The narratives that men get assaulted, abused in house, essayed, nobody believes that happens to men, especially women. They never believe it. They never believe it. They look at men like they're crazy. But as soon as any type of allegation comes out about a man, everybody runs with the narrative.
100% right. Everybody run with the narrative, and then when those allegations turn out to be false, like in the case of Jay-Z, this unknown lady came out of nowhere, tried to pull her daddy into it, and the daddy was like, I don't know what she's talking about. Trying to get some money. Everybody hungry out here. Everybody trying to get some money. But see, the way the women going about getting their money is unscrupulous.
A man can lose all his credentials. He could lose his job, his career. He's publicly shamed. And then sometimes it comes out that man didn't even touch her. But the damage has already been done. So I want to make this clear, okay? The damage has already been done. Also, if it came to us creators, us platform content creators, okay? If we had one of these women on our platform and they said that they were SA'd and we didn't believe them, or they were survivors of what happened to him and we didn't believe them, we would be canceled so damn quickly.
100%. 100%. He spoke a mouthful on that one. I don't even have a comeback for it because it is 100,000% correct. When it applied, when the shoe is on the other foot and the tables are turned, men ain't getting no understanding, no sympathy, and no love.
I promise you it would happen. I promise you. We would be canceled so damn quick. we would be on every damn platform out here, especially from the women. And shout out to the women YouTubers that are going in on Kendra sleeves. Much respect to y'all. Thank y'all for
Absolutely.
holding her accountable.
Absolutely.
Not just making the men hold her accountable.
Absolutely. 100% correct. The female content creators that know that what Kendra G did was to this man was wrong, 100% keep standing on business, sisters, or whatnot, because somebody has to hold her accountable. And more so, it should be women who know better and who are high vibrational thinkers and moving in a different direction than those females that come on perhaps Kendra G show. It's good that y'all are holding her accountable because when it comes from a woman, I think it's a lot more meaningful.
That that's what happened. But at the end of the day, I'm still an accountable adult. Still gotta do what I
Why
have
she
to do
looking
in
like
this
that?
world.
Smirk, twerk,
Because
twisting
that
her
is my
lips all
prodigy.
up like
So,
she don't believe
nevertheless,
it.
how he got here, that's what we doing.
I need the details on how you got raped by the girl.
How many times has Kendra G talked to women who've come onto her show and said that they've been assaulted in some type of manner? Name me the number of times when Kendra G says, hey, okay, well, explain to me your great mental note.
She is not a citizen of America. So naturally, if you've been in America illegally, you're gonna try to do your best to try to stay. And in your mind and way of thinking, not even if you ask any of your homegirls that's international too, they'll tell you ain't a good idea to just go up and sleep with an American dude and just try to have a baby so you can try to stay in America, hoping he will marry you. That's what they be hoping they gonna marry you. No, they ain't gonna get got, ain't gonna get Papa Dan. No, 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 ain't gonna get me.
Papa Dan. So I wanted to explain your side.
What's up?
With all that being said, you still have to willingly have. This is why I said because that's the only way a woman could trap you.
Right.
But if you willingly had sex with her, then
Right.
you participated. So did you willingly have sex with her?
I mean, she got me. I used to make wine back then, so like I said, on the level of accountability,
she Bill Cosby you? She gave you a pill?
For me, I can say on a level of accountability, when a woman wraps their legs around you in the process of you being on top and you trying to relinquish yourself from the situation, and she's saying, no, dude, you ain't going nowhere, you gonna have my baby. And in that moment, as a dude, you're like, all right, well, shit, we gonna do plan B like we normally do. And then she looked at me like, no, we ain't doing that neither. So, I was like,
okay, so again, so she's letting you know all this in the act, and you still went through with it. So how was this?
He literally just explained to you, Kendra G, but Kendra G is one of those women who they can't fathom a man being taken advantage of. And let me throw this out there because even when men are victims, like this gentleman is going to explain that he is, even when men are victims, men are still held accountable. We would never put a magnifying glass on a woman if she ever says she was assaulted. But as a man, I can say this, Papa Dan, you messed up by having intercourse with a low caliber woman. If she's just trying to sleep with you for a green card, she's not a woman of high character. Then second of all, you should have wore a condom, bro. You would have had your rubber on when the time happened and she tried to lock you in, because that's what she's saying, Kendra G. Because Kendra G's not the brightest bulb in the pack. You need to explain to her how sexual organs work. When he went to ejaculate, Kendra, what he's trying to explain to you is that she wrapped her legs around him and held him inside of her, which meant that the only thing that he could do is releasing her and then have her get a plan B in the morning to prevent said pregnancy. And she said she wasn't going to do it.
Women's right.
And that's a fact right there.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Because sometimes men in general, we can have this, like, guys, some guys may have, strong pullout game. They know when it's about time to explode, and their pullout game is strong. Even though the pre stuff, it can still make babies as well. The pre stuff, y'all know what that is. I don't got to get into the vulgar details about it. But some of these women, when they are wanting green cards, when they are up there in age, and they talk to you and they say, well, I'm not trying, because some women do say that I don't want to have a baby anyway. And that's what the young men out there need to be careful of. Don't let these women talk you out of your freedom. Okay. Real talk. They're just like the court system. They will railroad you real quick. Okay. Women will railroad you real quick and trick you out of your freedom. Next thing you know, you're having a baby by a chick you didn't even want to be with, even though you can take the proper precautions too. But sometimes it be like that. Women can be dealing with Men can be dealing with women for about 3 or 4 years. That girl, she possibly could have been popping playing B's. She possibly know you was gonna pull out and put it in a napkin or something like that. But this time, she knows for a fact that it's getting up there to about that time. I want to have a baby. I may want that green card. I let this go on long enough to make him believe I wouldn't do this to him. Now is the perfect time because he believes that I'll pop a plan B or that he'll be able to pull out. This time, I'm not gonna let him pull out. I got him now because I've already wired his mind enough to believe that every time you do that up in me, I'm gonna pop a plan B. Or for the most part, I'll just let you got your pull out game, you put it in a napkin, and we going about our business. So men's minds get warped into believing that women aren't gonna do this because you ain't been pregnant for 2 or 3 years, and we pretty much I've been pounding it out, but you ain't getting pregnant. So now I believe that you're not trying to purposely get pregnant by me. And then all of a sudden, that threshold age come or the time where they need to get that certain green card by a certain game over.
MABW, let me jump in right quick. So, exactly as he just said, but let me just break it down even further than that. It's called a trap baby. Just dropped a video earlier today where a woman is pissed because her Caucasian baby daddy, Brad or Chad, has custody of the baby, and now he's making her pay child support, and that sister ain't having no parts of it. So I just dropped a video explaining this. Listen, trap babies, they are, it's one of those things where these women are using these trap babies as meal tickets. Just like in the case of this young man, Daniel. This girl want to get quick access to citizenship. So no other quicker way of doing that than getting pregnant by an American citizen. Well, with this new administration, I don't know if I don't know how that's gonna fly for her because from what they trying to say, I don't know if it's gonna fly, but they trying to say, hey, just cause you get pregnant by American citizen, but you ain't a citizen, too bad. The baby can stay, but you gotta go. So I don't know how how that's gonna pan out, but this ain't nothing but a trap baby.
Her body, her choice.
Exactly. So here's the deal: her body, her choice. But you can decide not to put your body inside her body. That was
Very
your
well
choice.
so. And that's the level of accountability that I have in the situation. I used to be a winemaker. She got me drunk off my own supply. I don't ever drink my own supply. 13% alcohol content. She's
Okay, Kendra, you want to try to hold his brother accountable? Well, why in the hell his sloppy ass baby mama? How come you don't hold her accountable? How come she couldn't perhaps use some type of contraceptive or go and get a plan B like she had been doing any other time? Now, I'm not gonna say that this young brother, Papa Dan, shouldn't have been more cautious, and he should have. And I'm pretty sure now he will be. But look at what it's gonna cost him. And man, if his baby, the girl, I don't know who his baby mom is, but man, if she stooped to this level, I guarantee you, every 3 years she gonna be back up in child support court trying to get more money because every 3 years they can go back for an increase.
"Ooh, Daniel, come and drink this wine with me in the room. I'm gonna bring a glass." And I ain't trying to, but my dumb self did what it did, and that's just the level of accountability I have for it. So here we are today, trying to hope and pray we can find a wholesome woman that could treat your boy right. Somebody with some knowledge on her side that has been through the trenches and know how tough it is in this dating pool that got all the piss in it.
Man, you
Look at
should have
her
never
face,
brought your
though.
ass
Yeah,
on
for
this
real.
show.
Look at this sleazeball right here. I can't stand her. Like I can't stand
Why
that.
do y'all
It's
continue
like
coming on her
it's so
show?
sad the way that men they don't get believed when they go through anything. But remember, guys, these women will sit up here. That's why I tell guys, don't tell women nothing. Because remember, fellas, they always want you to be an emotional support punching bag. He needs to be emotionally supportive for me, but women aren't emotionally supportive for you. They show no interest in what you're talking about when you're coming to them with real stuff that has happened to you. They don't care. And they will make fun of you to their friends because you're an emotional punching bag. I'm telling you that. That's why I
100%.
tell the bros out there.
You're 100% right because I have kicked it with women that I have heard they other friends talking about how simpish they men were. Just listen to how they be running they dudes around, dragging them around like goddamn puppets and shit, puppets on the string. So yeah, he's 100% right. They'll go to their friends and talk shit about you.
Stay strong. If you got to talk to somebody about a situation, go talk to your mama. If your mama is still around,
Yep.
or your daddy, someone that you know for the most part is gonna. Because women, they will use that against you at any given time, especially when y'all break up. He was too emotional. Girl, you know he told me that he got SA'd before. He got taken advantage of. That's why his kid is here. I'm telling you this.
Bro.
We're all a work in progress out here, you know?
Look at her face.
That's the story you really want to tell? So that's the story you really going with?
I'm gonna say you put the words in my mouth when you initially said rape.
No, you were supposed to. I was, hold on. I was being.
What's that?
I said that. No, hold on, real quick. I said that because you said a woman trapped you. So sarcastically, I said, "Oh, she you,"
Right.
and then you said yes.
Why would you sarcastically say that? I'm telling you, women like this, they can't fathom that women assault men. Women assault men every single day, just like there's piece of shit men out here who assault women. You can see that obviously one way with men doing it to women, but she can't see it the other way. Like you don't see women every single day being arrested for being high school teachers, getting impregnated by high school boys. This happens every single day.
You know what? A man can never be a damsel in distress.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be masculine. We're not supposed to have feelings. But in the whole light of the situation, when we had the pre-conversation about kids, I didn't want to have kids at that time.
So here's the deal. Okay, if you don't want to have kids at times,
and
then
these women don't know that too. That's the sad part. Some of these women, they can know that you don't want to have kids. And hey, it takes two to tango. But the women, they control that narrative. If once you release up in them, they control that narrative. But they can know that you don't want kids and will still have a kid. And then be mad because if you don't have your stuff together, they'll call you an ain't shit daddy. It's like, yo, I didn't even have myself together all the way to where I want it to be. Like, you can be good, but you may not have yourself to where you want to be in life. So I want to be clear on that. And they'll still have the baby. But they can make the decision, just like Kendra Sleaze did in college, to terminate a baby at any given time that they want to. But you can't make that decision as a man. You can't do that. You can't. And that's why I don't like this whole the game is messed up. It's so messed up. And everything, like, I don't want to say it's like it's rigged against men. Like, no matter how because they can terminate children at any given time that they want. But if you tell them, I don't want a child right now, it's still their decision to say, well, but if they don't want a baby by a certain, I told you, women will have babies by men that they want babies by, and they will terminate babies that they don't want from men. That's how they operate.
Absolutely right. Women will they'll look at a man and they'll say, "Man, you know what? He come from a good family. He's squared away. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get pregnant from him. He gonna be my meal ticket." But I also see women getting pregnant from damn pookies and little dames, and those kind of women are just hood girls. They'll take a meal ticket, however it comes, from the hood dope boy, little dank, little pookie, from the dude, the blue collar dude that's working a 9 to 5. But fact of the matter is that when they get pregnant from little Dane, they ain't stressed, they ain't pressing him for child support. But let a blue collar dude with a stable job and a career get one of them pregnant and see what happened to him. They'll press the hell out of him.
That's how they operate most of the time. They know who they want babies by, and they know who they don't want babies by. That's a fact.
And your responsibility is A, you don't have sex with her because you don't want to have kids. B, you wear a condom to protect yourself from having kids.
Yeah.
And then we can have the grown folks, there is a grown folks pull out game. So my thing is, regardless of what she said, you are still a man that has to take accountability for participating in.
That's talking about.
He just already said he's taking accountability. The man just said he took accountability. He just said that, but Kendra G, that ain't good enough for you. You won't hold these women accountable, or you a half-ass hold them accountable. Yes, so they'll keep coming to your platform. But when this young brother told his story, now you want to get all up in this shit.
She's telling somebody to take accountability. Kendra Sleaze. The irony.
Like I've already said, we can rewind the video, love. I've already taken accountability for the whole issue of,
which shows Kendra G is not listening. He literally said this minutes ago, but she's not listening because she's already has him tuned out, because there's no way in her mind that a man could be assaulted sexually.
So let's
not
just do
nor-
this then. Let's
What's
on
up?
record deny that you were because you was not.
She was there.
I'll just say in any woman's eyes, no. But if I was to talk to a group of men and tell them what happened, it didn't happen to several dudes. We just don't talk about it. These are like stories we don't tell.
Because women will never be believed. That's why men don't want to be looked at upon society as weak by saying, I've been assaulted by my wife.
Exactly. Because men don't have a safe space. Men don't have a safe space. But see, women have always had a safe space. Let a man talking about go and try to make a police report that he got SA. And if it ain't one, well, he sustained some type of injuries or he was shot up with heroin or something like that. Listen, they ain't gonna believe him. And it's unfortunate that even men don't believe other men when it happens. And I'm not saying all men don't believe some men, because I believe it could happen. A trap baby, that's all this is, a trap baby. So hell yeah, it can happen. Trap babies happen every day across the land.
Get assaulted by my girl. Like, men don't want to be looked upon as weak. And that's why men don't tell their stories. This right here is exactly why men don't want your emotional support, ladies. Why not support him just like you would do the women? If a woman if any woman got up here and told their story, she would have the sad face out. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about hearing that. I'm so sorry. Did he go to jail? Did you put it good? Thank God you locked his ass up. Thank God. And then the Me Too movement would have swarmed in too. The Kendra cousins, all the female bitches out there, they would have swarmed in too. They would have swarmed in too. It happens to a man, you got to take accountability. You're going to tell me that she trapped you. She made you have a baby. Type of shit men got to hear all the fucking time.
Quick story we just don't tell. But at the end of the day, my perception is my perception of what really happened. Only I and the person that had the child that up and decided to be a single mother, because a lot of times, you don't understand, if there are women striving out here to be single mothers, they do not want men in the picture.
Yep. And that is the thing in the black community. Hold on real quick.
That's a fact too. That's a fact. You got these dumb podcasters, some of them out here, the women out there. Women can't make themselves single mothers. Yes, they do.
And they do it all the time.
If you know a guy doesn't want a baby right now, and that guy ends up getting you pregnant, and he could have took control of that as well by wearing a condom, but you control the narrative to pregnancy, but you still keep the baby, and you know y'all aren't going to be together, you just made yourself a single mother.
100%.
If you know you don't have that ring on your finger and you still decide to get pregnant by that guy and keep the baby, you just made yourself a single mother.
And you know what? If you know you ain't got your shit together, if you know you barely able to keep a roof over your head, if you ain't stand with your mama who got a couple kids, that makes you a shitty ass mama, because your situation wasn't good. So why would you doom a child and bring them into this world? Them babies don't ask to come here, and they don't ask to come here to be brought into a shitty situation. If you know a man don't want to have a child and he tells you that, don't lie to him and say you taking the pill. Don't lie to him and say you taking the pill, because as MABW just said, you all control the narrative to sex and pregnancy. Men control the narrative as it applies to marriage.
These women they're out here making themselves single. They know some of the bros don't want to be. They're making themselves single mothers, and then they complain about it. Well, it takes two. It takes two. It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango in bed. They always say the same shit. And then the funny thing is, guys, they'll not do it one time, but maybe 2 or 3 times, brethren.
You
They
ain't
say
lying
the
about
same
that.
shit. I didn't make myself a single mother three times. I only got 3 baby fathers. I didn't do it on purpose. It takes 3 to tango. Fuck out of here, man.
I'm not disagreeing with her intentions, right? Maybe her intentions were to get pregnant by you, to stay in America. There's no disagreement there.
Right.
The intentions of what you're describing could very well be true. The disagreement is you claiming to have been
Okay.
like that's the disagreement.
Discrepancy wise, so I can give you so we can move on. I got drunk off my own supply of wine that I made, that I squished with my hands. You serve me wine, you force it down my throat, I get drunk. Now, every woman's story is if they get drunk and they get instantly, the man is guilty, he goes to jail, lock away the key in the chamber of
100%.
secrets. But like I said, in America, realistically, that will never be the man's narrative. And
Well,
that's
hold
why
on,
I give you, hold on, let me finish. That's
No,
why
no,
when
I'm
you
not gonna
said
let you
that,
finish because I'm gonna let you finish, but I'm jumping in.
See, that show you she a masculine ass woman because every time that she got her shit off, he didn't interrupt her. But as soon as he wanted to get his shit off, she gonna cut across him, interrupt him. Masculine as hell. I see why your ass single.
sure.
You are telling the wrong story. When those women are using the example of they have passed out, right?
No. First of all, how are you going to tell that man what happened to him?
Bang! Bang! It's good!
How in the hell are you going to tell that man what happened to him? You weren't there. And what Kendra G's is trying to insinuate is that if you ever hear a story of a woman being with a man and having too much to drink, it's because she's passed out. She can't give his consent. That is a lie from the pits of hell. Women can turn around, have sex with a dude, had too much to drink, wake up the next morning and say, damn, well, I regret having sex with a dude. You don't have to be passed out unconscious. They can just say, hey, I regret having sex with a dude. That was great now, even though it wasn't great last night when he was taking you to Pound Town. Or there doesn't even have to be alcohol involved. A woman could just say the very next day or hours later after having intercourse with a dude, she could turn around and say, well, no, I take that back. It was great. Kendra G is in certain scenarios that didn't happen. They're going to tell this man how he was assaulted. What?
So these are women that
That's exactly why a lot of men out here right now that have themselves together, they make women sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, because these women will set you up.
100%.
It's scary out, guys.
And listen, let me jump in right quick, MABW. It was a time where women just set up the rappers, ball players, the dudes that's making in the top 1%. But guess what? Times are hard now, family. And these women are setting up everyday blue collar guys. They're not, listen, whatever meal ticket will pay the way, that's the train they jumping on.
When you have something going for yourself, you got a little bit of bread or anything going for yourself at all, it's scary out here messing with you. I'm telling you, man. Because like he said on the Do Better podcast, these women can just say that, yo, I regret having sex with him, but he got a couple dollars. I'm gonna go ahead and scream grape. I was graped last night. That's what they'll say. And once they say that, your career is pretty much down the tubes. I'm pretty sure the men have seen this before. Do you see the allegations that get put on men? And then those men get cleared of those allegations, but those men have already lost so much money or so much support that they can never get it back.
And not only that, when the women have found to be liars, nothing happens to them. But let a man sit in that woman's shoes, they'll bust his behind wide open. But nothing happens to women when they do this craziness.
And what happens to the women that make them false claims? Nothing. Nothing happens to them. Nothing happens to them. They can make false claims all day about you. you can lose everything. They can go on about their merry way.
Like nothing happened.
They go right on about their merry way, like nothing ever happened.
No
I
harm,
made a
no
false
foul.
claim. They found out it wasn't true, and I got away with it. Do. Gonna go to get my nails done today. Do.
They were drugged. They will say that they were not even coherent in the act of sex. They cannot.
I'm telling you that I wasn't coherent.
No, you are coherent because you told me exactly what happened. You told me she was on top of you. You told me that.
I told you I was on top of her. She put her legs around me.
Either way, you are telling me exactly what happened in the sexual activity. So you were not. You were conscious. So you can't use that as an example. And
women say that all the time too. Women can detail a little bit of the story and then come back and say, this is what happened to me. He's detailing to you a little bit of the story from what happened. What's wrong with that?
Nothing, because women do it all the time. They go in one story, then they transform that story and change it up into another story. And then it turns out nothing ever happened and nothing happens to them. So from this man's perspective, because his reality is his perception. So from his perspective and from his perception, his reality is he was taken advantage of. And if she know that this man don't drink, and particularly his wine, I don't know how strong he make his wine or what all it entails, but if she knew that this man couldn't hold his liquor when as it applies to wine, and she chose to sleep with him when he was in his weakest state, and she wrapped her legs around it and don't let him pull out, then she knew exactly what she was doing. And let me tell you something, fellas, that pull-out game out here, I talk to my son about it all the time. Oh, Dad, my pull-out game strong. Let me tell you something. That pull-out game shit don't work. Trust and believe me, you keep relying on that for a contraceptive, you gonna catch an L sooner or later.
What's wrong with that? Like, yo, that wig, it's fried her fucking brain. It's fried it. She literally has no brain left. And she literally doesn't have a brain left. I'm dead serious.
Conscious, only thing you can say is if you don't remember nothing, and then that will still be hard because then it'll be like, how did you have an erection? But long story short, you cannot compare yourself to women who have been drugged because these women don't.
The same way that a woman still will be moist when she getting SA. So don't try and tell me, oh, how he get hard. Let me tell you something. A man can be unconscious and he can still have an erection. So Kendra G, just stop it. Just stop it.
Remember anything. You can recite
quote unquote.
No, quote unquote. That's what I'm saying. She's saying that shit is different. It's a fact. And also, Kendra G, he can still get an erection even if he doesn't remember it or all the other excuses you're using.
Exactly. She had to like, men can't get erections when they drunk. Like, what? Usually what? Sometimes it increases the stamina. What are you talking about? How many of the bros out there have gotten drunk, and once they got drunk, they get soft. They can't get up. Like, what?
Man, listen, y'all wasting y'all time with Kendra G. Y'all wasting y'all time. That all them goddamn toxic lace front chemicals and them wigs she wearing, it done warped her mind. She having a damn out-of-body experience with this bullshit that she's spewing at this young brother.
Wow. I'm glad y'all told me to tune in. Like, I was just leaving it alone because I couldn't find it and I didn't want to piggyback off of another podcaster actually doing commentary over it because y'all know how your boy MABW rock. So this time I have to do it because Kendra Sleaze erased the video. So that tells you right there that she knows she's guilty of what she did. She knows that. And the funny thing is, she didn't even come out and issue an apology to this man and say, you know what? I was wrong. I shouldn't have done that.
And she ain't gonna do it.
That's the sad part. But if she goes on her platforms and says something about big people that weigh about 400 pounds and make a mistake and says something, she'll go over her video and say, I'm not trying to be fat phobic. I just want to let y'all know I have nothing wrong against this community right here. But a man that has went through something like this, she can't even issue. She doesn't have enough balls to issue an apology to him.
Quote, Kendra don't remember anything. Anybody can wake up from consciousness during the act of something and completely fall back asleep. And when you go to court, like I said, it's her word against mine. Like I said, Kendra, at the end of the day, I'm not here to stir no pot. I'm not on here to stir the Yaya Sisterhood Traveling Pants Club. We ain't here to do none of that. We just
Facts.
here to see if there's any honest women out here that can understand their brother's situation, because there's a lot of other brothers have been through the same thing I have. And I could be a bitter baby daddy and I could be bashing her all over the world like most men would, but I don't have time to do that. I'm a progressive male. I done moved on with my life. She done got a whole nother man and is doing what she doing. So for me, we can all we can do is be adults about any situation and move past it. If we can't
Thanks.
work what we got out, we'll pass it.
Babe, we're gonna move forward
Take
with
care
the
of your
interview,
baby,
but I'm
bro.
gonna be honest with you. Only a goofy woman is gonna reach out to you.
And Kendra, guess what? Only a goofy ass man will want to deal with your ass. How about that?
Wow. And who are going to reach out to the goofy chicks that you have on their platform? So therefore, guess what, ladies? If you're on her platform, guess what you are if you reach out to him? You're goofy. I personally think that anybody that's on this platform, honestly, y'all know how I rock. I think they're all goofy. I think Kendra Sleaze's platform alone is goofy. And it shows every single day. Kendra Sleaze, show us some successful marriages that you have where you have put people together and they could even boyfriend and girlfriend. Show us at least 4 of those a week. If you can show at least 4 to 5 successful couples weekly, I'll stop doing videos on you. Go ahead. Show us 4 to 5 successful couples weekly. You can't do that because your clown show is a freaking joke.
Do you hear what she just said?
So when you were talking about, you gotta understand that type of woman is gonna hit you up. Any woman with any sense is gonna look at what you're saying about your ex and the child's mother and try to consider that as like, what the hell are you talking about?
Now, has Kendra G ever told
Stop the damn video right there. Big salute.
You know what? I'm gonna stop it right there. You know what, Kendra G? You ought to be ashamed of your damn self. Now, you claim to want to link up couples, help women find, help allegedly good women find good men. You supposed to want to put down the game and you have asshole women accountable. But Kendra, that's not what it's about. All you did was pretty much insult this man, and to add insult to injury, you go on to say that if a woman reach out to him, they goofy. Well, Kendra, like MABW said, half them damn chicks on your show delusional, and if anybody reach out to them other than to blow their bike out, they goofy. And then fellas, if you on Kendra G show and you reach out to one of them crazy ass delusional bras, you better strap up. If you reach out to them, you slide in their DMs and y'all link up, you better strap up because I'm telling you right now, you gonna be the next meal ticket. Listen, I'm appalled that this sister went in, said the things she said to this young brother, and she had no right to say what she said because she was not there. He was not there, and she has no idea what happened. This man giving it from his perspective. And I understand that there are 3 sides to a story: his side, her side, and somewhere in the middle lies the truth. But right now, when we look at we hear his side of the story, and then we look at the totality of the circumstances. The fact is that her ass the one need a green card. Her ass the one who was a legal alien. She ain't even supposed to be here. She supposed to probably been gone. So the only way that she can stay in this country, in her mind, is to get a anchor baby. Otherwise, a trap baby. Otherwise, a meal ticket. But you won't hold that accountable. You won't hold that responsible. You know what, family? What say you on this situation? Do you think that Kendra G was wrong? Do you believe that it was impossible for this young brother to have been SA'd? Well, family, always remember, be more tomorrow than you were yesterday. Peace.